International support for Ukraine likely got an indirect boost yesterday, with Poland's centrist and progressive parties appearing to have won enough votes in the weekend elections to form a coalition government and oust the country's current nationalist ruling party. The election drew over 70% of voters to the polls, which is the highest turnout in Poland since the end of communist rule back in 1989. Joining us now, U.S. national editor at the Financial Times, Ed Luce, and staff writer at The Atlantic, Ann Applebaum. Good to have you both with us this morning.
And let's begin with you. The exit polls suggest a winner for the centrist parties, but of course the vote's still being counted. The votes now do seem to be lining up with those exit polls. But explain, if you could, for people watching, why this election is one of the most important European elections over the past decade.
So in Poland, we've had for the last 8 years a nationalist conservative ruling party that was essentially trying to change the rules of Polish democracy, change the legal system, change the judicial system, change the rules of elections to make sure that they would never lose, essentially. They turned state media, which is very important here, into a kind of propaganda tube, spitting out this very negative, harsh, angry smear campaigns against the Democratic opposition. And so the fact that a group of 3 Polish parties, center, center-left, center-right, managed to win a majority against this kind of autocratic populist language is a really important sign for other parties in Europe who are trying to do the same, or who will be fighting important elections over the next several years. You know, just because autocratic populists win doesn't mean they win forever. They can be defeated, and this is an important sign. Regarding the war in Ukraine, it matters because the ruling party, in a bid to win over a kind of fringe nationalist votes, it began using anti-Ukrainian language, very negative language about Ukraine over the last couple of months, despite having supported them prior to that. A new coalition led by the centrist opposition will realign itself with Ukraine and continue to fight for Ukraine, and I hope eventually help bring Ukraine into European institutions.
You know, Ed, there's been a battle in the middle of Europe for some time now, led by Orban and Hungary. There's been a battle between autocratic populism and Western democracy. Anybody that doesn't believe that, just listen to what Orban himself has said. He hates liberal democracy. He calls himself an illiberal democracy, calls Hungary an illiberal democracy. Poland, obviously, so much more significant for so many more reasons. Talk about how important this election is, and if, in fact, Tusk ends up running the country, what that means for Western democracy. I don't mean to overstate it, but I don't think I can overstate it.
No, you're not overstating it. I mean, Poland is by far the most important of the former Eastern Bloc countries. It's the largest. It's 4 times the size of Hungary. If the Law and Justice Party had been re-elected, as Anne pointed out, if they had been re-elected, then this would probably have been the last relatively free and fair election in Poland's democratic history. And I think that's why you've had such a surge in turnout. The Polish voters realized what was at stake, that this was the Orban moment. They've closed down independent judiciary, snuffed out independent media, used state companies to broadcast law and justice propaganda. It was not a level playing field. And the fact that the opposition parties could have won on a playing field very steeply tilted against them shows just how much the Polish electorate realized was at stake. So this, I think, isn't just a big moment for Poland. It's a huge moment for Poland. It's a huge moment for Europe as well. Europe's been withholding billions and billions, 35 billion euros of aid to Poland, because it's been breaking all the rules. of the club by packing the courts, by closing down independent media. That money will now be, once a new government's in place under Donald Tusk, which it looks like will happen, that money will now be released. Poland will cease to question the enormous number of Ukrainian refugees it's taken in. It's played an extraordinary role. And they will again feel welcomed because their status had been coming into question during this campaign.
Right.
And we will get a frontline state that believes in the democracy that it claims it's fighting for.